Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We're back again. Storm here.
Annie here.
Kimmy here.
I'm a Titan. I can't
Yeah,
focus, but I'm a Titan.
she's a Titan.
Titans don't focus. Focus.
So, Tom here.
Tom's right here. Hello.
So, it was a very dramatic ending last episode.
It
And
was.
a lot of death, most likely. I mean, she threw all those people off of her. That's so crazy
They're
already. Yeah. I mean, already she was found out. I thought this was going to be drawn out for a long time. Like, this happened so quickly. And now what's going to happen? Now that she's found out, she's going to turn into a Titan. Is she going to just start killing people there?
Well,
Going
she's
after
gotta get
Aaron
out of there,
again?
otherwise you're gonna try to capture her.
Mm-hmm. Maybe she'll try to grab Aaron while she's there, too.
She's
Oh,
in
the
deep
destruction.
I mean, maybe he'll change as well and they'll get into a big fight again. But,
in the city.
yeah, in the
That
city.
would not be good.
It's terrible.
Oh,
And I
no.
don't see her jumping over the fence either, just
Yeah,
over
carefully.
Mhm.
Hold on.
over the wall.
Yeah.
Let me
Yeah,
casually step over
she's
this
not.
wall.
She's gonna fight.
Talk about a mechanism to have too, with a ring with a talent on it,
Yeah.
just to
To
make
get
sure
her to
you can hurt
change.
yourself. Like, you're extra protected, you're extra careful to make sure that no one can stand in your way, so you can change at any time. That makes me realize more of how strong of a survivor she is and how prepared she is to become this Titan, to fight for her cause or fight for whatever she believes in, because she wants Aaron that badly. She killed
What
so
does she
many
believe
people. I know, and to have something like that on your hand to make sure you can turn into a Titan no matter what. I mean, she got jumped by how many people? How
Yeah,
many
she's
soldiers?
being held down by like 4 or 5 people.
Yeah, and they're soldiers
Right.
and they're trained. And I mean, like, I know fighting the Titans, they're still learning. There's a lot they don't know about them, but still, like, strong soldiers jumped her. It was a trap, and she didn't know until the final moments. And she was prepared and was able to stab herself to change. So that's
Yeah.
huge.
At any given time, she can change with that ring.
So we're going to be watching on Crunchyroll today. We're not looking at the thumbnail or the title. Shall we get into episode 24?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Can I watch now?
Never!
Ooh. All these buildings too. Oh, to be continued.
Whoa!
Kicked his ass once
The
before.
build up to it, my God. That was crazy. I mean, it's always
Man,
so
and
intense.
she just took that whole building down. Was there anybody in there?
Yeah, she's right in
Probably.
the center of it all, too. I mean, we know how skilled she is, now knowing for sure that it is Annie, and how skilled she is as a person, even fighting as a Titan. Like, we just know that she's super intelligent. She is one with her Titan. She has quick reflexes.
She knows
Yeah,
the
she's-
maneuver gear.
Yeah, that's the problem though.
She
She
can
knows
anticipate
she knows their
moves.
attacks.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
So abrupt and violent. It's horrible. Yeah.
I want to know why though. Why is she doing this for?
Yeah. What's behind all this anger and this resentment?
Because
And
I mean, she's a young human, but what was she before that? I mean, she wasn't just a Titan all of a sudden one day and then became this good in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
So she had to have been doing this for quite a while.
I mean, I think she maybe was brought out or brought up in the wilds, like you were saying, right? Like, maybe she has a stronger connection with Titans. Maybe she knows someone else that's out there that trained her to be this way, to become one with her Titan and to actually fight so good, so well.
I want to know who the Armored Titan and the Colossal Titan is then. I wonder if we knew them too.
right.
Yeah, 'cause
Now you got to think, who
Maybe-
else is betraying or whatever. What
other
is
people
their
in the wall,
goal?
maybe, like, maybe that's a thing that they trained. They were inside the wall from the start, and they somehow learned this power and go outside the walls to train or something, to really understand their Titan and to use it to their benefit. Or they're just from the wilds and there's something we don't know that's out there, and they want to be Titans and get rid of humanity for some reason. Because why kill all these people? Like they just keep killing.
These
Like we keep
innocent
seeing
people too.
Annie
Ugh.
just. I mean, she's
What's the
defending
purpose?
herself too. But yeah, like there is a huge purpose here to just kill all these people you've worked with, like their fellow soldiers and humanity. Even though there are a lot of people in the walls, like most of the world that we believe is extinct. So to actually kill your own like that, it's like why?
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
there
they
has to be a
can't
big
really
purpose.
they can't really travel far enough to actually explore to see if there is other like civilizations anywhere, or colonies or whatever you want to call them.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't say they're per se extinct outside the walls, but you know,
Yeah, I mean, I'm
I'm
sure
sure
there are
whatever's happening
some,
here is
but compared to billions of people who, I'm sure billions of people are gone. That it's
oh
like
yeah.
not nearly as populated as it once was before the apocalypse or before Titans even came onto the earth. We haven't seen Aaron's father,
Right.
forever. We don't even know if he's still alive at this point. But
I bet you
And
he
they're in
is
this
still alive.
fortified, these walls, these three walls, and this location is like the most protected.
So
And
this is
some
the
of
third
them are
wall.
very, yeah, so they're very like, no, there can't be, there's no Titans here. Because they just thought there was not going to be, there's no way. They're so protected, but one
Well,
of our own is
look at all
changing.
the military police that are inside that wall that don't know what to do because they never really experienced this type of
They
fighting
don't know
before.
the real deal. Yeah, they
mm-hmm.
haven't
They
been
all took this
really
position
against us.
because it was the comfy position,
Yeah.
That's right.
post we want to call it.
That's right. The cushy job.
Now,
Cushy job.
going to Aaron, I mean, here there's
Yeah.
another challenge where he has to, as we know, be focused. He has to be determined, but if fear is leading him, he can't change. Like he was scared, or even Mikasa was challenging the fact, do you have feelings for her? Whether I took it as, what do you mean? Like there's something more going on there, but I doubt it because he just cares for humanity. He cares for people so much that
Well,
knowing that she is one of them and to be able to brutally murder fellow soldiers and stuff, like I think that's also his
Well, I
conflict.
think he also considers her a
emotionally.
friend, or
Yeah.
considered her a
Yes.
friend.
Yeah.
So I think that's the heartbreak right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's what
Right.
was holding him back, was that how could she do this? She was
Right. A
one of
fellow
us.
member, a fellow work,
Right.
Yeah.
She
student.
went through all these trials with us, and now she's against us.
How could she? Yeah, he
Mhm.
feels so betrayed. And like we saw the flashbacks of, a couple of days prior, he was in disbelief at the meeting. He's like,
No way.
it can't be. And with that makes you understand what he's going through presently.
Well, I mean, not to bring Star Wars into the mix, but look at a Jedi though. They tell you to let go of your unconscious self. You have to let go of the people you care about in order to really, hone your power.
That's a good
your
concept.
skills.
True.
That's a
So
good
it's kind of the
concept.
same way, because if he keeps, caring about everybody, he's not going to be able to get any objective
Right.
done.
Yeah.
That's right.
And-
Not saying he wants to kill anybody, but just got to let go, let them do their thing, and you got to do your thing.
It's so good to see that inner turmoil too, where it's not that easy, because like living in the now, and we just see the female titans stomp through the tunnel and kill more of their own, and I'm like, freaking change Aaron and destroy her, get to her. You have to stop her from doing this.
But that shows
But-
his human side too.
Yeah,
Yes,
so that
very
you need
much
to
so.
see, to be like, it is a huge struggle for him. He can't just change and go after her. Like there are emotions involved, and
Do
he
you
has
think-
to learn.
Do you think that was part of Irwin's plan to do it in the city, was so that people of the city can see, that
To
there
give
is
them
other people
what
that
they
can do
see
this?
outside the wall, give them more
Yeah.
respect. But you're doing a lot of casualties to get your point across.
I know, so
Yeah.
there's a lot of risk there, but what can
Well-
you do? Because they were done with the whole thing, right? When they came
Yeah.
back from inside or from outside the wall, when they came in, like they were like done. They were going to just cage Aaron or something, and they didn't want people going out because they lose so many people. So, I mean, I agree, like it's terrifying. You shouldn't do that, but how else are you going to get them to realize, like,
Well,
yeah,
it's,
more people
it's a
can
double-edged
change.
change.
sword.
Yeah.
Because how else are you going to get the female Titan captured if you know who it is, and you go, "Oh, come on, Annie, let's go outside the wall for a little bit, and I want to show you something," And I mean, how else are you going to get her without you raising too much suspicion?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so at the same time, you're planning to capture her, but you're also showing the people that he's fighting for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
He's fighting the Titan, and hopefully they'll see that and they'll understand what's going on.
Yeah.
And you have all these MPs there that you have more power to take her down, but they haven't seen what those guys have seen, our squad's seen. So they're not as skilled as, I mean, they are, but they haven't been in the thresh of it. They haven't been in the trenches, and
they weren't expecting it or anything. And
yeah.
They felt like they were in the safe spot.
Yeah.
But also, all the guys holding the rifles to Irwin, do you think that maybe that they thought that he brought them in here to fight? Like he brought the Titans inside the wall?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of conflict.
Treason, right?
Yeah, because they're trying to follow orders, and when Irwin actually did his own thing, I think that was good in a way, but it's still a huge risk. Going against orders, I mean, I get where they're coming from too, but I'm hoping they don't shoot him there. Hopefully they'll listen to reason and he can explain himself on why, or them just witnessing what's going on in the now will make them understand. But
see, them having the rifles at them, think about it, what they just saw. They heard an explosion. They're being told there's a Titan in the wall now. Now, they find out that Jean was taking Aaron's place, in that little
I was so scared for Jean.
Right.
carriage. So they
funny.
knew something wasn't adding up, and now they're probably thinking that this was a planned event, which it kind of was in a way.
Yeah,
it was. Yeah.
I mean, that was the hopefully not happening plan B, but it did happen. So you gotta see it from both points of view.
they already lost so many people within the first few seconds of her changing.
But they should know better to let their guard down. Once they had her pinned down to the ground.
Yeah, you should have more machines
taunting
if
it.
possible. I mean, I know they're using everything they probably have, but just taunting. Yeah, exactly. And then stabbing her.
Talk to her as you're trying to get to her eye. Just do it and then talk.
Yeah, like, I mean, they use so many things in a net with all kinds of spears and stuff in it to help pin her down.
Right.
So they were just really confident at that point. But yeah, like, it can't be. Now, how the heck are you going to stop her unless you can cut her out of the neck and you have to tie her up where she can't even harm herself?
Well, I mean, what I would do is,
Underground.
like, whatever you think you need to pin her down, double it.
If that,
You know,
yeah,
'cause-
because over time I feel like she can probably get through anything over time, it's just terrifying.
Well, she knows how all this stuff works. She knows their tactics. So even her
It's the
getting
worst case
surprised by
scenario.
it, I think the only reason why she got surprised by it was because she knew it wasn't going to, affect her too much.
Yeah.
Right.
So going back to Aaron too, like
Yes.
he goes through so much, and living through him, seeing all the like battles that he's fighting mentally too and physically, like he has it so freaking rough, because not only I'm glad people are starting to believe in him like his friends always did, but even Levi and a lot of other people are really like having his back now and understand that he can help save humanity. Like, what pressure, to have that.
It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of stuff on his shoulders, and
we
even,
see
and
it
it's
mentally.
hard even with Mikasa saying, it's a cruel world. Take your emotions for Annie aside, and we have to fight this fight. And both her and Armin went for it because they have to. They know what they have to do, and that's where Aaron gets caught up.
Speaking of shoulders, Armin was picking up some serious block, getting it off of Aaron.
Yeah.
Picked up a lot of weight.
Yeah, it shows us like
Determination.
adrenaline rush, and you just feel it in the show. Like, everything's so intense again. And with anime, I know they exaggerate too when it comes to like jumping from, but then they have the maneuvering gear, which makes it even more believable, because sometimes in certain animes, like, you can jump a lot farther than a normal person. You can pick up stuff and you have a little bit more strength. A little bit, sometimes a lot more strength without superpowers in an anime, right? But in this one, I think it was a good mix where it was a bit exaggerated, but at the same time, like, when your adrenaline starts pumping, you can do insane things.
Well, I like how they some of them were using like each other to throw them around to. With
That was kind of cool. That was a new thing.
Great. Tandem.
Yeah, combo. Woo!
Sometimes though, I feel like there's Spider-Man where they're just kind of shooting. You don't know what the hell they're attaching to.
Yeah. I know, like clouds work, guys, but I'm like, there's some tall buildings there, and I mean, it is neat to know, scary to know their limitations as well, because when you're out in the open, that's a female titan, dun, dun, dun. But you're limited when you're out in the open. When you have trees, that's good. You need buildings to get around quick. you can use the Titan, yes, but how dangerous, because then you're like full on committed. And with her, she's so freaking skilled, Annie, that she knows your moves pretty much and how it works. So she's going right in that direction. So you just have to be on your best A game. And we've seen her take out the best so quickly. So even Mikasa,
Well, I mean,
like
Mikasa's even she's fallen a couple times.
Yes.
You know, so even her being as good as she is, you know, she's still at risk.
I mean, I was amazed because I know how good she is, but I was even amazed that she made it out of there because we saw the best in a group go. I mean, they go one by one to her, but at the same time, like they were kind of like in it at the same time, and she's all by herself. So here Annie is like fully focused on one person at that moment, where I'm like, I hope she doesn't freaking die and set Eren to change.
Annie could be holding back against them too, because
I think so.
They were part of the same group.
She did have actually a worried face as a Titan this time. Like a few times she turned around to Armin and was like, oh, like she was worried, and she didn't do anything when he ran past her. Yeah, I think the same with Mikasa, that she was.
I don't think she was worried, but I think she didn't want to.
She looked a little worried to me, but yeah, like there was something where she was resisting. She didn't want to.
She was distracted or something.
Yeah, she looked a little worried or something to me. But yeah, so Eren's really taking a beating. We're still learning about how.
He's always taking a beating.
Yeah, his transformation is and how his body heals, because we even saw early on when he lost a tooth, when Levi beat the crap out of him, right? Didn't he lose a tooth and it grew back? They're like, oh wow, it grew back so fast, So I'm assuming he can keep doing that, when he lost his limbs before and they grew back. Over time, like they just start to grow back. I mean, he was really injured here. I mean, he changed now.
Yes.
So when he does change into a Titan, does he just completely heal instantly, like his actual normal body?
I want to say yes.
Probably.
That's what I was assuming.
I don't think he's still gonna have that 2x4 in his shoulder.
Yeah.
It's like a little splinter at this point. He gets big again. But yeah, so can't wait to watch the next episode. Very good show, very intense. The animation was different in this one, I noticed. It was still really good. I've heard some different things from a lot of you guys about the animation part of it. I really enjoy it. I can tell when it does change up. They probably have different studios that work on it, or, there's a lot of different outcomes in companies where, there's a lot of animation in this for one thing, so it's very time consuming, I'm sure, but you can see the style change. And when there's a lot of movement, it's really hard to capture it 100%, but when you can see the hard work put into it, because when you have like characters zooming in and out, rotating, like, we have Mikasa going around Annie as a female Titan. We just see her kind of going up her and through her legs and then like up around.
So fluent,
yeah, so it's a lot going on. So that got a little bit more like an open animation where it wasn't as solid and kind of exaggerated, but it looked really cool that way.
Even when Eren transformed this last time, he looked really more intense.
Yeah,
didn't he?
Almost like a mix.
And stuff,
yeah, because I knew it was for the intensity of it, but it looked like a mix of him and the
I thought
Titan.
he was going Super Saiyan for a second there.
Super Saiyan, and I've never seen Dragon Ball Z. What is that? Kim, have you ever even heard of Dragon Ball Z?
No idea. I did hear of that from you guys.
She watches that show
years
all
ago.
the time.
Right. I know, because Kim's
binge-watched
amazing. Again, this is her first anime. Kim has never watched anime before, so welcome, Kim, to this world.
Oh, thanks, guys. I'm loving it.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. I like watching it, and so I know we probably mentioned Dragon Ball Z. I've never watched it, but Tom, I know you have, and Heather loves it, so Super Saiyan is from that, and this guy, I guess he has like gold hair or something, and he glows, and he gets like super strong and angry. He's like, yeah.
That's exactly it. Mm-hmm.
That's all
Let's
I know.
leave it at that one. That's a story for another day.
The end. So
The end.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you very soon as always. Bye, guys.
Give us some likes.
Super Saiyan.
Kamehameha.